Welcome to another video, guys. Today I'm gonna be giving you a good silver guide so you guys know how you can be farming millions of silver with ease. It does take a little bit of preparation and it does take a little bit of knowledge for you to be able to do this, but once you get the hang of it, you will be swimming in silver. Well, not swimming, we all know how expensive the game is. Literally yesterday I had 50 million in the bank, but we had to re-gear a lot of champions for my Hydra team. Huge thank you to one of my buddies for really helping big time on that one. And yeah, silver really goes fast in this game, so if you're not at the top of your silver game, you will be declaring bankruptcy more often than not. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, a like and subscribe would really help. And don't forget you can download Raid through my download link in the comment section, or from my description, or from the QR code on screen, and you're gonna be starting the game the right way, with a couple of the best epics, as well as the Monkey King, which is a huge PvP champion. Now, let's get into the video. By the way, we had our first ever live stream on the channel yesterday, and honestly it was an absolute blast. I was planning on streaming for only a couple of hours. I ended up almost going for 4 hours. And I'm also trying this no background thing right now. Do let me know if you enjoy it better like this or with the actual background in the back. Personally, I feel like this looks a little bit more professional, a bit more cleaner, but it's totally up to you. I'm not doing these improvements for me, I'm just trying to make the content a bit better for you. Anyway, enough babbling about things that you guys did not click for. Let's jump into the silver shenanigans, and the first tip is the best place, honestly, you could be farming for silver would be Stage 20 Spider. Stage 20 Spider is an absolute gold mine, or more like silver mine, for you guys, and if you are actually a little bit more advanced in the game, you also will be able to farm tons of food this way as well. Like I, for instance, have a pretty basically built Artak in here that can farm 4 foods at the same time with him. Like, here it is. Artak is really nothing special here. Yes, he is a little bit crapped out on the HP area. He is definitely not slow and his accuracy ain't no joke, but all around these are not exactly hard things to be getting in the game. Especially given that my Artak is literally built in 6-piece perception gear, nothing too crazy. Yeah, or if you have your hands on this free login champion from a couple of years ago almost, this would be an amazing place for you to be farming, but honestly, this would still be the best place for you to be farming, even if you're doing it with 5 of your normal champions just for the sake of it. Yeah, my Artak, all he has to do is start off with Purify. Sometimes he prefers his Dogs of War for reasons unknown to me. But yeah, as long as you start burning those spiders, look at this nonsense. He's gonna be farming this thing with ease, going for a super raid, so we can do this nice and quick. We don't care about auras. We just dive in, and Artak starts slapping like an absolute beast. And yeah, look at this. All of the foods die, we don't care. Artak chilling like a boss over there. There we go, have the HP gone because we triggered so many HP burns at the same time, and most of these spiders are also gonna die by the time this guy gets the heal back from them, so no harm, no foul. A little bit of brimstone action going, and yeah, he keeps on slapping. This is usually around a 1 minute and something run for me. Very, very efficient place for me to both farm food and silver, and the silver farm really ain't no joke. Like, accessories are the most expensive thing in Raid Shadow Legends, and obviously Spider 20 is going to be giving you probably the best bang for your buck, both for tournaments, for silver gain, for right about anything, dungeon divers, all of that good stuff. And there you have it, under 1 minute. And we got ourselves a couple of 5-star rings. They're not that expensive because they're 5-star, but if you get these as 6 stars, they sell for like over 70,000. If they're epic, if they're legendary, some of these are gonna start selling for literally 100,000 each. But since these are literally the worst we could have gotten, just rare 5-star rings, 40 gold still definitely ain't no joke. And we also get about 20k for the run itself, so in grand total that was 100,000 silver from our weakest potential run here. I had some items before I started recording this video. Silly enough, I opened them, so I was gonna lose the new tag on him, so you can see me going through the old items first, and there you're gonna witness all of the other items I managed to sell, like a bunch of epics and whatnot. You're gonna see how expensive they are. But yeah, right side Chris, take it from here. For instance, here I have farmed up some spider right now, and I have plenty of items I could be selling here. I don't need 5-star accessories. This thing, it could roll some nice accuracy, although sitting at attack, not that hot for me. Crit damage for a 5-star, not on my account. We're gonna keep on the Stone Skin. Sylvan Watchers, 5-star ring. Yeah, pretty crap if it's HP flat and no percentage at the bottom. Not to my liking. This one does have speed, but it's only a 5, not even accuracy. No percentages, not on my watch. This is trash. This is trash, absolutely. Another trash. That's Stone Skin, don't even bother checking it. That's protection, I'm not gonna sell it no matter how bad it is. I might reroll it if I really need to. This one's bad, and already you can see that's only 10 items, and that's like over 500,000. So you can really not neglect this piece of content. It is just one of the best places to farm some actual good silver. This is a 5-piece. It has defense and accuracy. I guess I could pretend it's gonna be worth it. If I see I have plenty of these on this faction, I might just sell it later. Honestly, it's just a 5-star. What the hell, I'll leave it for now. But yeah, you can already see it's only a few items sold, and we got all of that stuff. And there you go, almost 1 mil in there. Okay, left side Chris is back again, and here also it's worth noting that there is an actual bug on stage 10 Spider, which is really a good thing for you guys, because stage 10 Spider actually has its drop rates bugged. And according to this chart, stage 10 is actually bugged. Look at this. I know this chart looks a little bit intimidating, but it's really not that big a deal. Here's what it is. Stage 10, you're gonna notice we have 18% chance to get a 4-star piece and 80% chance to get a 5-star piece. Which means that you're gonna be getting a lot more often the 5-star pieces from here, which sell for a lot more. This dungeon is a lot easier for most people to farm. Like, you should be able to actually farm this one with food, even after your first or second month in the game if you've built a decent champion for it. Obviously, it has to be a good burner or whatnot. But you get the picture. And yeah, like, this is a bug in the game for a very long time. Like, it's something Raid knows about, but they haven't really done anything about it, so you guys can be abusing this with ease and get yourself a very good amount of silver, very good amount of tournaments. You're not going to be getting amazing pieces here, because no 6-stars or anything like that, but it's still pretty worth knowing, because if you're just having a hard time farming the 20 Spider, might as well just get a good amount of silver from this one for less energy and all of that stuff. Here, comparatively speaking, here's stage 20. If you manage to be farming stage 20, obviously you're still going to be getting a very good amount of 5-star items, but also you are going to be getting very usable, actually top-tier pieces for most people in the early to mid-game, 6-star pieces, and that also sells for more silver, and it's obviously going to be a lot more usable for most people. Enough about the Spider. I think that's enough info for this piece of content. It's really an amazing place to be farming silver, probably the fastest way for you to farm silver too, and not to mention right now we actually could be double dipping. I already dipped completely in this one, even over dipped it if we gotta be honest. Already finished the tournament and then some. I might actually do a little bit more just so I can reach some of these gems or energies, and I am begging for a little bit more silver right now because I still have plenty of champions to re-gear. But yeah, right now we're not only having a Spider tournament, we also have a Dungeon Diver event, which is absolutely brutal, by the way. Like 6,500 points on this one. That's a lot of points for a Dungeon Divers, but at least it's a pretty long one. That's what she said. No, she didn't. Stop lying. And we also have a CVC, so we're literally triple dipping, if not quadruple dipping, just because we also are looking in for some good amount of silver here. So no better time to be smacking Spider as hard as you can just to get literally tons of silver like that. The next really good place for you to be farming a lot of silver would be through campaign, and the best place for campaign would be stage 12 free. 12 free, this means we are on Brutal. Go to the right side again, Chris. We are on Brutal, and we go to the last spot, which is stage 12, and on stage 3, we are going to be farming shields. Shields are the most expensive top row artifacts, like yeah, the top artifacts basically, aside from accessories, which are gear, not artifacts. So yeah, the biggest amount of silver you're going to be getting from a campaign would be if you're farming shields, and shields only drop from stage 3. Well, they also drop randomly from stage 7, but that's a very horrible ratio for a lot of things, not to mention more energy and whatnot. So best place for you to be farming would be indeed on the campaign 12 free. Again, my Artak is doing the heavy lifting here with free foods. Best place to do so. And here we go. It's nice and quick. Artak one-shots all the waves except for the last one, because my A1 is just not as strong enough. Maybe if I built the top crit rate damage and whatnot, that's gonna do it. But no. Right now this did not drop shields. Let me just do this a few more times. I have plenty of energy, and I'm also in the business of finishing this champion training tournament right now, so I might as well do it a few more times, get myself a few shields and whatnot. And there we have it. Not only are we farming a little bit of silver on the side, but also we have a shield that's selling for 9,000. If you check all of the other items, they're gonna be slightly less lucrative for you to sell. So yeah, it's really not a hard tip. All content creators are giving this one, and this is one of the first things you really need to learn. If you want to be efficient in the game, stage 12 free, best place for silver, best place for XP, best place for everything. The third really big tip I know a lot of people actually don't know about. I mean, a lot of people obviously do know about it, but some of my guildmates still don't really use this to its full potential, is to be going to the forge. And there's also a little bit of an advanced tip in here for those that know that the forge is a great way for silver. I can also teach you another great thing you could be doing in the forge to even get more silver. So yeah, what we do in the forge is you want to be crafting a lot of gear you just want to sell. For starters, this thing right here, yesterday I had 10,000, that's the cap by the way. But I rolled a lot of my bad gear because I really was in need for plenty of silver. So right now I'm not going to be able to give you such an amazing example for how much silver you could be getting out of this for real, but yesterday I literally did 40 million silver in the span of like 10, 20 minutes, something along those lines. And the reason why I was able to do that is I was farming my Faction Wars as well as my Doom Towers. Both Faction Wars and Doom Towers give you a daily amount of keys, which you should always be trying to use up, preferably on the hardest piece of content you could be finishing up. And that is going to be giving you these materials, the perception stuff, this stuff. This is from Faction Wars. All of these, all of those, that kind of deal. And from Doom Tower, you're also going to be getting all sorts of different other materials. Like right now in this rotation, here's what the rewards are. We can get some griffin feathers, some dragon scales, some this whatever, eggs or whatnot. All of these stuff. It is a great thing to be farming. And right now, personally, I am farming the hardest stage of Magma Dragon, because this is the most usable set for me, at least right now, out of this rotation, even though some of the other sets also have some nice utilities for them. For instance, this one ain't too bad for some affinity breaker nonsense. Guardian ain't bad if you're having a hard time keeping your champions alive, that kind of stuff. But enough about that. The tip here is you basically roll a bunch of gear. Here, right now, I can craft 10 pieces of resilience. I just click this, get all of that, and I don't even care what comes out of these. I mean, if I see something decent, I will hold on to it, but look at all of these CVC points we just got, and look at all of the silver we're gonna get right now. I'm sitting at almost 10 mil right now. Let's sell just these 10 items, how many ever of those are actually bad for us, and see if anything actually sparks joy. None of the boots are worth my time, and none of the rares are worth my time, so no. And there we have it. We spent like, what was that, 30,000 silver to make 410,000 silver in the blink of an eye, basically. And this was actually a very big low roll, by the way. We literally just got a single epic out of those. Anything else was rare, not that many 6 stars or anything like that. So you get the picture. This thing becomes very lucrative very fast. Let's roll some. Let's roll this Bloodthirst, for instance. It's not exactly usable for me. I can just click a few times. It happens very quickly like this. And right now we're sitting at 10,000,007. Let's see how many we get. Just new. And honestly, I'm just selecting everything that's 5 stars, selling that. selecting everything that's rare. If there's no boots in here, I'm just selling that. If it's a set, I don't really look for anything in particular. And here we're checking if we have speed. We don't. We're checking if this thing rolled something worth for this particular set. We're looking for damage apparently, so HP is not exactly our forte. Res is fine-ish, crit rate is good, but without speed, this is a very sellable item, at least for my account. And yeah, you just go through all of these and try to find something worth selling. Right now, Guardian, honestly, I'm not really using much in terms of Guardian myself. I have pretty decent revivers and whatnot, so even if a champion dies for me, I'm kind of okay. So here I can actually show you another tip that not many people actually know about. If you have your hands on plenty of shield charms, and you're gonna be rolling a bunch of 5 and 6 stars, well, this would be the best place to actually waste a bunch of these shield charms, because honestly, when was the last time you were really targeting something exact with your charms? Like, look at this. I literally almost have never used my charms for right about anything, except if it's something for a mission. For instance, I remember I had a hard time finishing one of the missions for Marius or Ramantu. I had to target a gajillion chests with that, but I think for shields there was no such mission. Don't quote me on that one, but obviously if you're swimming in shield charms, it would be a good idea for you to roll up a bunch of these. Look how fast this is happening, by the way. You just click on this far left side of the summon 10 button, and look how fast this thing is happening, literally instantly. We click it, we press escape if you want to go fast to your champion stuff again, and let's see what have we accomplished with all of these crafts. We have crafted 70 items nice and quickly. I guess I could have gone for the cap, but it is what it is. And now again, I'm gonna select all my 5-star pieces. If it's not for a set I'm really itching for, I would just sell all the 5 stars, no questions asked. If you're at a lower stage of your account, don't be this harsh with this one. There's definitely a potential for you to have a good 5-star legendary piece in here. I myself am drawing the line a little bit higher nowadays. We also go for all of the rares, select everything. I'm gonna double check these boots. If there's a 6-star boot in here, I would have kept it, but since there's not, I'm just gonna sell all of these. And now we're left with only a handful of potentially good items. This one, not exactly amazing. Flat HP, not my cup of tea. A couple of flat stats. Yes, if this quad rolls into speed, that'd be amazing, but when was the last time that happened? Fun fact, it happened for me yesterday. But still, crit rate on a Guardian set. It does have speed, HP, flat attack. I'ma call it quits. This one's pretty crap. This one's borderline acceptable, but all around kind of crap. Okay, so we literally sold all 70 of these items. And what did we get? Look at that. 12.8 million. We start from 10. So that was 3 million silver right off the gate. Very, very nice way to get yourself a lot of extra silver. And like I said, wasting your shield charms there would increase the odds of you finding more shields in that forge session. So that does indeed increase the odds of you getting a good amount of silver that way. But obviously don't use it way too often, and only use it on actual 5 and 6 rolls, because wasting it on the lower potentials like the 3 and 4, look at this, I have plenty of these. I can roll a bunch of these, but it's just not as lucrative as an option for me. 3s and 4s, even as shields, they're just going to be selling for a fraction of what the actual good sets at high stars would be selling. Still a pretty nice way for you to be rolling up your useless mats. Like I said, these what are these even called? Magisteel. That's the first time I'm reading that word. They cap out at 10,000, so if you have plenty of the shitty rare materials, this would be the way to go for you to get your hands on a little bit of extra silver that way. Again, one last time, let's see what we got. A bunch of very bad perception gear. I'm literally just selecting everything here, and boom, 1 more million out the oven. Good stuff, good stuff. And just like that, for a few minutes, we got our hands on 4 extra million, which was basically for free. And the other main thing you should be doing, if you really want to be maximizing in this game, especially for silver and everything like that, would be to farm out your Minotaur manually. Not manually, but manually in the sense of you want to be getting the masteries for your champions through Minotaur instead of just spending the 800 gems right off the gate. And what you want to do is you want to have a good campaign farmer in the lead, and add a bunch of extra idiots you want to get their masteries on. I know I'm missing a few masteries on these. It would be even better if these were level 1s with empty masteries. That's how we actually ended up starting this run with them. But gradually they just maxed out their levels before they got all the masteries, so it's even better if you start this off when you have level 5 champions you know you will want to have masteries on. You can literally level them up all the way up to 50 that way, then rank them up to a 6 star, and then from 1 to full. By the time they get max level, they're also going to be getting all of their masteries in the meantime, and this is also going to give you plenty of silver in the meantime as well. Like getting your masteries for 800 gems literally only gives you that, masteries. Do you know how much silver getting your masteries through gems is? It gives you right around... You're not seeing which fingers I'm holding, but you all know which fingers I'm holding. So yeah, look at this. Each run, you're gonna be getting about 8,900 silver. I'm not sure if you're gonna be getting this much, by the way. I think this is actually... No, this is from the Forge Pass. It usually gives you around 7,000 something silver. Let's just call it 8,000 silver per run. But you're also gonna be getting a bunch of XP, as well as your masteries. It is gonna take you roughly 150 runs to get a champion fully mastered, which is, let's do some rough calculations. If you do 150 runs with a champion, that's gonna be costing you 14 energy per run. So that's 2100 energy divided by a full energy refill. That's gonna be 16 full energy refills. Multiplied by 40 gems, it's gonna cost you right under 650 gems to fully master a champion. So not only are you gonna be saving yourself 150 gems plus, but also, in the meantime, for those 150 runs, you're also gonna be getting yourself, we said 8,000 silver per run roughly. There you have it, 1,200,000 silver. For free, basically. Well, it's not for free, but neither are the masteries. So what you could be doing is, during the night, just slap a few level 1 6-star champions you want to get fully mastered, and by the morning you should be having a few extra million silver, a few extra champions with full masteries, but you're also obviously gonna be light a few thousand gems as well. But then again, masteries are not exactly free. You're gonna have to grind them somehow, energy or gems. It's your choice, but honestly the choice is obvious for me. During the night I just let the game auto farm either with a mouse clicker or with RSL helper. And in the morning, you just find yourself with a buttload of extra level 60s with a bunch of almost full masteries and plenty of extra silver. Obviously, this is not the most lucrative places to be farming silver. They're nowhere as near as good energy-wise as farming Spider or Campaign or doing stuff in the Forge, but it's basically free real estate is what it is. And if you guys want to hear about my other tips on how you could be getting a lot of extra gems in the game, saving yourself a bunch of extra gems, you can definitely check out my Ultimate Gem Guide, as well as the 10 Mistakes video where I talk about places you should not be wasting your gems for. And the last few things I should be mentioning here in order for you guys to be getting yourself a little bit of extra silver here and there would be, you might want to check your clan shop. Clan shop usually has silver in here depending on your clan level. You will be able to purchase, for me it's 400 silver for 180 clan gold, which is really not that bad a deal. Like, this is gonna be 4 million silver for me at the price of 1800 clan gold, and as you guys see, I have plenty of that. I always do my best to finish my elite questicles. It's really not that hard in most cases, and I just grab all of this silver here. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You obviously could be farming all sorts of other tournaments and dungeon diver events and stuff like that, so you can get yourself a bunch of extra gear to sell. Like for instance, right now we have the Queen's Fury tournament, so God knows it's gonna be worth it for me to max it out, get myself a bunch of extra gear. Plenty of it is gonna be crap, because this thing not only is giving the good perception, but it's also giving absolute garbage sets like curing, like daze. Crit damage ain't what it used to be, accuracy and crit rate are not all that hot nowadays. You are also gonna be getting a bunch of pinpoint accessories, but most of those you're probably not gonna be very okay selling, so obviously it's not going to be the best place for you to be farming silver, but it's definitely still a place you should be spending a bunch of energy to get your hands on not only the tournaments, but also a lot of sellable gear. And speaking of sellable gear, that's the last thing we should talk about. You should also be doing gear cleanses here and there for you. Like, I myself, I'm probably still holding to plenty of crap gear in here if we gotta be completely honest. I should really go through all of these with a very critical eye and sell plenty of them, especially the craftable sets like Perception. I'm only keeping good 6-star gear pieces in here at this point, but some are definitely more questionable than others. But yeah, all around you should be going through your gear, check through the filters. Like the first quick check for you would be to check if you have some flat stat bottom row gear like this. And on primary stat, you click HP, attack, and defense, and you go through all of these and see why the hell are you actually keeping them. And as you guys are gonna notice, I'm only keeping them because they're either mythicals, so I could re-roll these, or I already leveled them up for 16. No good reason for that, honestly. This is an absolute sell, no questions asked. Like, that's just a bunch of extra silver I've sunk way back in the day when I was a noob, I guess. Like this one, for instance, flat defense, no thank you, absolute garbage piece. And yeah, you go through all of these and just sell all the baddies, so you can actually get your hands on extra silver that way. Another thing you could do if you're through with all of these flat HP bottom rows is you could go for the top rows and start going through gear like this. HP plus attack flat stat. And you could start going on substats and slap HP flat stat as well as attack flat stat. And notice I've actually sold every single piece of gear like that. After that, you can try HP and defense flat stat. I've sold all of those. Then you can try attack flat stat and defense. Apparently I have a few of these, but they're all pretty high quality, like mythical HP in the red as a percentage, crit damage. These are definitely questionable, but I'd say for most people this is gonna be worth rolling up to 8, see if it lands on the HP. If that's the case, maybe you can even rework it into something a bit better, but that's a little bit of a next level tip. This one is also honestly super questionable of a keep. I can honestly just sell this one on the spot. This one I already invested in heavily, so double attack percentage roll, at least it rolled somewhat okay. And yeah, this way you're gonna notice all of the baddie gears. Usually you should be only keeping items that definitely have speed, and if they don't have speed, they gotta be very well rounded. Like if you're gonna be keeping an attack set, you want it to have crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and preferably speed. But if it doesn't have speed, it definitely needs to be rolling close to perfectly on the crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage. If you want to be looking for some debuffer, you want to have accuracy, maybe defense percent, resist if it doesn't have speed, and so on and so forth. This is not going to be a video for gear cleansing specifically, but these are still some pointers you could be using if you're itching to sell some gear right now. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope this helps you get your hands on millions of extra silver with ease, especially during this CVC, where you can be getting plenty of points as well. Definitely check out my CVC guide if you want to be helping your clan big time and become your clan's hero on the current as well as the future Clan v Clans. Don't forget to download the game through my download link in the comments or in the description or the QR code if you're planning on just starting Raid, or if you want to start a new account the right way with a couple of the best epics as well as Sun Wukong. Thanks for watching, I'm Chris05 and I'll see you in my next video.